Dr. Welch, I put my outline, printed it out on 4x6 cards, so I wasn't holding a big piece of paper. Hi, have you ever wondered about afternoon tea, that custom we typically associate with the English? Well, how did it really come into being? What kind of foods are served, and how is it practiced today? It's been around for quite a long time. It was established as a way in afternoon tea by Ben Jonson tells us, because the noon meal was getting farther and farther away from supper time, which was occurring sometime between 7 and 9 p.m. And that's a long time to go without eating. He, as well as many others, credit Anna, the 7th Duchess of Bedford, with really bringing it into popularity. When she was away from court, Queen Victoria's court, she decided she wanted friends to join her while she broke that fast. When she got back to court in the fall, she continued that, and other hostesses took note and mimicked her by inviting people to tea. This led to what Benet in Pinky's Inn, afternoon tea in England, lets us know was really the heyday, Victoria's era of taking tea. Now, Benet also lets us know that pretty much anything would be discussed, except for touchy topics of business and politics, which were really the province of men at that time. Now, what would be served to Anna's and the other hostesses' guests, and what is served today? Well, you might be on the lighter end of things like biscuits, which we call cookies, as well as seasonal fruit and scones served with jam or clotted cream. This lets us be known by Stradley in Afternoon Tea History. Akayat in Time for Tea also said that these really are what is served at most all teas. Sometimes you want a little bit more, and Waters in Time Out for a Cup of Tea lets us know that those would include things like finger sandwiches that might have on them smoked ham, egg salad, cheese with tomato, or that quintessential cucumber sandwich. Stradley in Afternoon Tea History would also say, now where are the sweets? Well, cakes would also be served. Stradley would go on as well to indicate that sometimes tea would be used in place of dinner, so you would want something a lot more hearty. And Benet would let us know that those things might include shepherd's pie, fish, sausage, baked beans on toast, or even hard-boiled eggs. Now these same foods are enjoyed today at tea in the home as well as in tea rooms or hotels. Today it's more casual as well as sometimes more formal. In the home it's very casual affair. You tend to take tea just by yourself, brewing a cup of tea in an electric kettle, Waters is insistent on, instead of what we Americans would normally do on the stove or in the microwave. They also only have something like cookies or a small cake. More formally, you would take tea in tea rooms and in hotels, and Heinard in Britain's Best Afternoon Tea explores tea rooms and hotels all around England. This is more formal affair. Stradley lets us know she wants us to dress up. And the things like finger sandwiches and scones and biscuits are what Akayat tells us are typically served. Now, we all know about children having tea parties and such. Emily Post in Etiquette was adamant that tea parties were formal occasions that were reserved for celebrations only, not an everyday thing. So tea has had its place, whether it was in the 1800s or today. It had its heyday in the Victorian era, but it is continued to be practiced relatively regularly today. And there are so many foods that are served. The breads, the sandwiches, the sweets. But if you're ever in England, you might stop in at one of those tea rooms or hotels and see if it's something that we should be doing here, and whether it's any fun. So, thank you very much. Online class. She wants to make sure nobody leaves. I really appreciate it, everybody. Thank you.
All right.